I'm out here practicing in wind today, and I wanted to give you a little tip on something that I've always done for not only just having to practice in the wind, but also learning how to shoot in the wind, or more importantly, where your arrows are going in the wind. So I always try to find a place to practice where I have wind protection. So this is just a corner of my house. I got my dryer vent there, some propane going in there. But when I get into this little spot, I'm protected by 300 degrees of wind. So I can still shoot out there, but when that wind's ripping across, I'm not getting blown around. And this is critical because a lot of times target panic or trigger anticipation develops because you're getting blown around so much and you're kind of being static and you're not just pulling through. So by finding a little protection area to shoot in the wind, you're going to be able to be steady on the target and now start to be educated on what that arrow is doing in the wind. So for example, if you look at your weather forecast and your forecast on your app tells you there's a 10-mile-an-hour wind and you're out here practicing at 70 meters and you see that if you're holding center, your arrows are going 10 inches off with that crosswind, that's super valuable information for you to know, and you're not throwing in a terrible element in the equation of you being blown all over the place. So I'll just tuck in here. Sometimes if it's really hard, I'll just put a target close. But sometimes if I'm wanting to learn the ballistics of my new setup and my new arrow, which for this is a brand new setup, new arrow for this year's tack. Still kind of cold. I got a runny nose. Sorry about that. But this is a great way to practice in the wind and not be blown around in the wind. So learning to shoot in the wind is critical, not necessarily for like technique. Yes, you need to learn how to shoot in the wind, but it's not awesome to practice in the wind and start developing anticipation and poor habits. So you want to shoot in the wind to learn your equipment, learn your gear, and you can kind of edge away from this to get a little bit of wind on you so you can work on your hold, work on your steadiness, and practice the same things. But find you a wind barrier corridor, do some practice, and practicing in the wind is going to make you a better competitor in the wind and certainly a better bow hunter in real life conditions.